talking
I
about?
don't have all the choices men have right this second.
Oh, what choices don't you have?
A lot.
What?
I can't be as condescending as you.
Well, that's because you just have not acquired the skill of knowledge, which is a prerequisite.
It's because-
But can you answer the question?
What choices do I have?
Do you not have?
If there's no man
What
in my
choice
life?
do you not have that men have?
I cannot walk around with my shirt off. I know that's a stupid lame one, but I don't know how many.
You can walk around with your shirt off.
Okay, well,
Without social outrage.
Yeah,
Well, then what choices do women not have that men have?
there's a lot. It would be hard for me to delineate them all for you.
If
but
there's
that
a
doesn't
lot,
mean they're
then
not
you should
there.
name one.
Let me think of some of the things. I could probably not go work a contracting job
Why?
because I'm physically weaker.
That has nothing to do with the lawfare, though. You could go work as a contractor.
Okay, but
There's
they were
nothing barring
saying
you.
So y'all rather reach in the back and get the bad boys, you know, the ones that look good, the one that got the popularity, the one that got the money but no character. That's the man y'all go for. Cause right, you would rather cry in a Bentley, right? Yeah, no, I'd rather not cry at all. See, and the good men at the front going to work faithfully, ain't out all night, ain't clubbing in bed by 8 watching anime. Them the ones. I'm telling you now, them the ones. But see, look, them the ones that y'all be saying that give y'all the ick, right? No, it's not the ick. You just want the bad boys. The good men is the men that y'all be ghosting because y'all say they too nice.
I'm married. That's what's relevant to me.
That's what's relevant to you?
Yeah.
When did you get married?
Approximately 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago.
What would you rate me on a scale from 1 to 10?
Like hotness?
Everything, overall.
Overall, hold on. He's a 10.
Can I get a kiss on the cheek?
Oh, do you know what's so crazy? Women will literally, oh my gosh, men are controlling. They won't let us go out. They won't let us have a girls' night. We can't even have fun anymore. If this is your idea of fun, I could see why your men are telling you not to go outside. Can I say something that probably is going to be really triggering, but this is just my mindset? I've never had a partner be so like adamant about you can't go out, you can't do this, you can't do that. In the beginning, of course, because they barely know you, they're getting to know you. But once I'm already with a partner for a long time, I don't experience extreme amount of jealousy. But do you know why I think a lot of you women experience your men not wanting you to go out? I think it's because they know you're not the girl to trust. They know that you'll suck a pee-pee for a soda. They know that you're ready to throw your back over a lemon drop. I think your boyfriends know how easy you are. That's why they don't like you going out. They've seen you drunk and you're easy like a Sunday morning. Let's be real here. My partners have never been on my that hard about don't go out, Tay, don't do this, don't do that. And now I can see why. I got a mouth on me. Bro, I'll tell you in an instant second, get the out of my face, dude. I'm cool. I'll be nice the first couple times, but if you keep being persistent, I'm gonna be rude because I told you move. Another thing I wouldn't do, I wouldn't be rating guys. I would not even stop and talk to a man. Why are you doing that? You know what's so crazy? Yo, I've been a bartender for years. I even drink. I've drank so much bottles. Y'all, I'm not even exaggerating. A flask and all that. And I never thought in my mind, let me see what it's like to take this for a spin. I don't get wild when I drink in that way. Like fun, dancing. Yeah, I think that if you start being a little, I think you were already to begin with. It's already in you, babes. So I think a lot of the times when your partners are on your about things, I think that they know they can't trust you. And this is the reason why a lot of men don't want you guys going out. When women drink, they get aroused. You learn this when you get your license to be able to sell liquor. That's why they always tell women be very wary of the things you drink and the things that you do when you are intoxicated. Because you can be a lot more promiscuous. You're going to tell me that this is not true? I've been around a lot of women and I've seen you guys go from one little thing, chilling, having a good time, to ready to make out with somebody and fuck them, and you got a whole man. Do men do this as well too? Of course, but this video is about a woman. When you guys get upset about men not being chivalrous and not wanting wives and not taking women seriously, when you look at these videos, if you were a man, would you want to get married? Exactly.
Men are being told every day that if they don't have money, they don't have value. But that's not what God says. The world tells men their worth is tied to their paycheck, their bank account, their title, their ability to provide. And honestly, that's a heavy burden to carry, because what happens when the job is lost, when the business struggles, when life doesn't go according to plan? Does that suddenly make a man worthless? According to the world, maybe, but according to God, absolutely not, because God never measured a man's value by his income. He measures character, integrity, faithfulness, the condition of a man's heart. One of the biggest lies society tells men is, you are only as valuable as what you produce. But God says you had value before the promotion, before the success, before the money. You had value because you were created in his image. Now hear me carefully. There's nothing wrong with ambition, nothing wrong with building wealth, but money is a tool. It's not your identity, because some of the strongest men I've ever met weren't the richest. They were the men who kept their faith when life got hard, the men who kept showing up when nobody was watching. So if you're struggling right now, don't let your financial situation define your worth. God decided your value long before you ever made your first dollar.
Boys match energy, men, we guide it. And most men don't know the difference until they've lost a good woman because they were too busy reacting to her instead of leading to her. Here's what matching energy actually looks like. She comes home frustrated, you get frustrated. She pulls away, you pull away. She gets emotional, you get defensive. You turn the relationship into a mirror instead of a compass. Whatever she brought to the room, you reflected right back at her. And you called that keeping it real. Two people escalating together with no one at the wheel. A man who leads doesn't mean a man who controls. It means a man who stays calibrated when everything around him isn't. She's allowed to have bad days. She's allowed to be emotional. She's allowed to bring the storm into a room sometimes. But your job isn't to match the storm. Your job is to be the thing that doesn't move when the storm hits. Because here's what women don't always say out loud. They're not looking for a man who feels everything that they feel. They're looking for a man who can hold steady and stay consistent when they feel what they feel. That steadiness is what creates safety, and safety creates trust, and trust makes a woman actually want to follow you. Proverbs says that a gentle answer turns away wrath. That's not weakness, that's precision. A man who understood that the most powerful response in a heated moment isn't volume, it's direction. See, the most attractive thing you can do in conflict is stay calm when she can't. Not because you don't care, but because you care enough not to let the moment make the decision for both of you. She doesn't need you to feel everything she feels. She needs you to lead her somewhere better than where she is.
Good morning. I'm going to make this quick because I'm not trying to put y'all in a bad mood. I just have a couple questions and concerns. How do you get up here every day crying and pleading to us that you need a provide, you need a man that provides only for you? And half of y'all baby fathers didn't even provide y'all with their real name. A lot of you was moaning your baby father's Instagram name for a good 6 months straight because you didn't even know Raymond was his real name. You was moaning Ray got _stacks while he was hitting it from the back. In fact, Ray definitely did not have no stacks. You thought because he was posting every day, tap in, who got TD, you thought that had some motion. So what you did was you didn't get to know that. You just let him come in your dry ocean. Is that what we're doing? And then fast forward 9 months later, he signed on the birth certificate and now you finding out the name is Raymond. So to sum it all up, quite frankly, you just don't that provide. You don't get money, CEO, executive producers, as much as y'all try to portray that on the internet. You with some good, and now you trying to get these good, wholesome 9 to 5 to pay for the that you didn't even ask these other pay for because you were so digmatized by a who worked at a Burger King drive-thru because he had a Whopper down there. Let's just start to hold ourselves accountable. You got played, and now you trying to play all these other. We're not falling for it, sweetie. Have a blessed day.
She said, I realized I was out of line with some of the things I said to you.
And this is her writing to him.
And I would like to formally apologize if you'd be willing to answer my call. I'm actually
not given accountability in
right?
2026. Shout out to your friend. Okay. Right. But let's see where it go from now. So.
I was absolutely willing and still am able to pay for this. And I would also like to take you out to dinner during one of our nights on the island if you'd like to keep our trip. He wrote back and said, just to be clear, I have no intention on rebooking our plans.
Yeah.
However, you could give me a call. Here's what she wrote back an hour later. We just had a talk. He said he's looking for someone that's very serious and intentional about dating and spending time together, and felt that the way I approached the situation was very tacky.
I would rather be called than a tacky.
That's hilarious.
Like, I swear to God.
No, I'm not gonna hold you.
Like if he a real nigga, what he would do is be like, yeah, let's go out to eat, and then last minute say something came up and not show up. Just because, like, I did go out of this way, you don't get to come back.
Because she has this facade in her head of what dating should look like in feminine energy and masculine energy, you're up.
We always want to talk about, at the end of the day,
we ain't.
A lot of you bitches, and you're not fun to date.
Oh my God, Mandy, stop. I feel bad. I still love her.
You're that great. There's other options for these. There's women that just shouldn't be dating.
And modern women, I don't know why they do this. There's so many things that men can do that I can't do. If I wanted to go work a contractor job, I can't do it. Do y'all want to do that? No, you don't. You don't. You want to do other things, which is why you're sitting on a podcast. I can't walk around with my shirt off. Why would you want to do that? Why is that? Let's say your request is a valid request. What is that? What kind of enrichment or fulfillment is that going to bring to your life? Well, I can walk around with my shirt off. Who cares? Who cares? What importance is that going to be in your life? How is that going to stop you from getting a job or starting a business and elevating your life? Modern women worry about stupid stuff. They worry about dumb stuff that does not matter. Inequalities that don't even make any difference. Shut up.
Breaking up with someone is so eye-opening because I know the moment I broke up with this guy, we had been together for 5 months and he treated me throughout that relationship like a queen. Like, he truly rolled out the red carpet. But the moment that we broke up and I wasn't willing to get back together with him, he turned so vindictive and like every thought, I guess he had thoughts that I didn't know about, or like secret feelings kind of cooped up in his head because he let them all out. He let the true way he felt about me come out, and it was shocking.
The man probably said things that he didn't mean because you probably broke his heart. Especially if he was treating you like a queen like you said he was. That man was probably carrying a vision of being together for a very long time. For that to just go away with no fault of his own, he's going to have some big emotions over that. I bet you anything, little things that happened in your relationship that didn't seem like a big deal at the time, all of a sudden popped up into his head and they were a big deal because he went through the energy of making them not a big deal. Until that sacrifice meant nothing to you. The breakup obviously bothered him, and I don't think it's fair to necessarily say that that is who he was the entire time or that he was hiding his true self. Because I think that we can all give ourselves the grace to understand that when you're the person that's getting hurt, your best self doesn't necessarily come up. And I dare say that you probably missed out on your chance to have a long-term relationship with a complete lover boy.
Now, this is how much my dear sweet husband pays me for being at home.
So we have 3 home-cooked meals a day for 3 children. That's priced at $120 a day for 365 days a year. So that gives us a total of $43,800. Then we have housekeeping and laundry services. This includes dishes, folding, scrubbing, and finding lost items. That gives us a flat annual rate of $25,000. And then we have toddler emotional regulation and crisis management. This includes tantrum control, sibling mediation, and snack diplomacy. And that's priced at $35,000. And then we have frustration fees. This includes repeating myself, cleaning up surprises, and surviving chaos on the daily. That gives us a total of $15,000. Then we have homeschool and early childhood education fees. I do homeschool our 2, 3, and 4-year-olds, and that's priced at $10,000 per child. That gives us $30,000 in tuition. And then we have newborn care and overnight services for the baby. That includes feeding, soothing, and 0 sleep for me. That's priced at $25,000. Then we have breastfeeding and on-demand nutrition plan. This is 24/7 meal service exclusive to one VIP client, and that's priced at $18,000. Then we have cleaning and sanitation department. That's toy management, mystery stains, and biohazard disposal, and that gives us a flat total of $20,000.
Things I don't do anymore because I have a real man in my life now. First thing, pay bills. I don't pay almost any bills. Majority of those, including mortgage, are paid by my man. Second thing is drive car. I literally never drove car since we are together, and I might start in the future, but for now, I'm good. And that brings me to the third thing, and that's I never pump gas or do anything else related to the car. He handles all of those. He pays all of the bills around the car, so I don't have to do anything when it comes to that. Fourth thing is take the trash out. I literally never took the trash out since we are together. It's been years. The fifth thing is fix stuff around the house. Either he's going to do that or he's going to call somebody who's going to do it. I started painting doors the other day and he literally got mad because I didn't call him to do it. And the last thing is plan the dates and pay for the dates. That's usually something that he does. Occasionally I'm going to do it, but usually he's the main one who plans our dates and he's really good at it. Now let me know if you want to hear in the next video the things I'm doing for my man that he doesn't need to do anymore since he's with me, and there is a lot of those too, trust me.
This might be a hot take or offend some people, and I'm really sorry. But I can't stand when I see a man in the passenger seat. What are you doing? What are you, Miss Daisy? Get in the driver's seat. That's like a woman's spot. That's embarrassing. Why is she driving you around? What I think is, oh, he must be sick. He must be really sick. Maybe he lost his right foot. Maybe he's on the way to the hospital. Maybe something terrible happened in his life and he can't emotionally take it and she has to drive him. Fine. Any other reason? What are you doing? Do you let her pump your gas too?
Do not ruin it for the women that like to drive or that need to drive, because if not, they will get sick. Motion sickness is not fun, okay? Bottom line is that if you see a man in the passenger seat and a woman is driving, 99% of the time, it is because that woman wants to be in the driver's seat. So if anything, this whole video needs to be redone, and look, you gotta take it up with the ladies, because if you got a problem with it, then you should speak to them, not to the men.
Well, honey, I talk business and I have a business degree, so
that's fantastic.
I'm letting you know that I can get with you with the education of business. I don't need to be explained the foundation of business. I'm just letting you know.
Well, I'm asking the question, so
and I'm answering.
If you're knowledgeable, then you should be able to explain it properly.
I did explain it properly. I said I'm starting that.
You said you should not have to answer it at all.
Yeah,
That's
can we
respectfully. You don't like argumentative men.
Okay. How do you handle conflict with women?
I think I try to have some rationale, but when I realize there's no, I leave the scene. I think two adults can have a conversation with intelligence.
You got a question for me?
Do you have any dietary restrictions?
I like snacks. Is that what you're asking? I'm just kidding.
The reason why I asked because you look like a traditional natural woman. And I know normally those, as you're talking about natural things or natural values, and most of the time they have dietary restrictions.
Okay, so I am a pescatarian.
I'm
okay.
a pescatarian too. Where you want to go? What you want to do?
What country you trying to move to?
Cameroon, the first choice.
I'm Cameroonian.
Come on now.
No, I'm not kidding.
Me too.
Yo. No way.
Yo. Yeah.
Yo.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
So look, let's just get to it then. So it's a yes for you then?
Absolutely.
Is it a yes for you? It's a yes. Okay, all right, go ahead, take your mask, get on.
Mom asks for the kids on dad's time. Dad says no. Mom files for a protection order, takes the kids out of the country because she doesn't have to get permission from dad because there's a protection order. Well, guess what? The attorney that I work for, who represents dad, went to the court and said this is a litigation. Mom can no longer get emergency orders against dad ever again because litigation was granted. Because she would go and do this repeatedly. This isn't the first time or the second time. So let's bring it back a couple years. So they finally decide they're gonna separate. But dad says, I pay for the house, you're a stay-at-home mom, I'm taking the house, but I'll put you in an apartment with the kids. She says, I'm not leaving my house. She goes and gets a protection order because she's not leaving the house. It's granted, and so she has this temporary restraining order for 2 weeks. She gathers up her belongings, she gets a good case going. Final order 2 weeks down the road, it isn't granted because there's never been a threat of this, there has never been there's no history, there's nothing to substantiate her claims. So it's denied. She does this several times, 7 times, where she's granted this temporary 2-week restraining order. We get to the final stage and she's denied. This is of litigation. This is the system in order to get what you want. And it's not working anymore. And it's not going to happen to this dad anymore. So if you're experiencing this, I don't know about every state, but Washington, mom asks for the kids on dad's time. Dad says no. Mom files for a protection order, takes the kids out of the country because she doesn't have to get permission from dad because there's a protection order. Well, guess what?
You know, you really got to be out of your rabbit mind to think that a woman like me, beautiful, 33 years old, nice body, pretty, no children, gets a lot of attention, that I would ever have to settle for a man just to say I have one. Anytime I go out of my house, to the gym, go get a coffee, go to the gas station, you better believe I'm coming back home with more than 3 numbers. It happens everywhere I go. And those men want to take me out. They want to show me a good time. They want to give me princess treatment. They want to give me what they know I deserve.
How are you bragging about getting nonstop attention from top tier men, which is the way you described them, but you still ain't got a man?
And kind of like Emily was talking about, because a woman was like, oh, well, this man treated me like a king or a queen, and I broke up with him. And when I expressed to him that I didn't want to get back together, then he said some really nasty things to me. He probably shouldn't say that, but I think a lot of times it's just like she said, it's frustration. I did all of this stuff. I put all of this time, this effort, these resources into this woman, and this is how she treats me. Right? Men spend a lot of money on women, especially Valentine's Day, your birthday, Christmas, anniversary, and there's a lot of other just because items. Men spend money on that. And a lot of modern women they're not grateful about it. They're not grateful for it. They actually think that they're entitled to it. And so when you treat a man like that, a man feels slighted. And this is the exact way that a lot of men feel when you divorce, when you want to get a divorce. All of this time, all of this effort down the drain. And then, well, maybe we can be friends. You destroyed my life. You destroyed all of my investment. Why would I want to be friends with you?
So you like when I have fun, right? But you just don't like when I'm having fun and you not there. You don't think that's some hating shit? Just a little bit? So let me get this straight. You hungry. You want food. I ask you what food you want and I go get it. You find out I ain't get no food for myself because I'm not hungry. And now you not hungry? That's what you telling me? You ain't talked to me all day. And now I find out it's because you had a dream that I was cheating? So you got mad at something your brain made up, and now you putting that on me? Did you just say if you pay for something in cash, it's technically free because you never saw the money leave your bank account? Oh, we never getting out the hood. Okay, so you miss me. And instead of calling me, texting me, letting me know you miss me, you catch an attitude. Now I'm sitting here trying to figure out why you got an attitude. Now I'm getting tight. You find out I'm tight, so now you tight that I'm tight because you tight, and I don't know why. Whole time you tight because you miss me. That don't make no sense. You blocked my barber like 50 times on my phone because you don't like when I call him to get a haircut. But when you want your hair done, you ask me to pay for it so you can go outside and have fun. Am I your slave? You want me to have money, right? You don't want me to be broke. You want me to have some money so I could spend some money on you, right? How the hell get some money when you want me to hang out with you all day, every day? Where am I find the time to get some money? You come to me with problems. And then you get mad at me for finding solutions? Isn't that the whole reason you brought the problem to me? You be wanting me to do certain shit for you. But you don't want to have to tell me to do this shit. Because if you have to tell me, you don't want me to do it no more. But how am I supposed to know what you want me to do if you don't ever tell me? I want you to go get me a soda. I'm going to tell you. Yo, can you go get me a soda? I'm not going to. Go get me a soda. You see how that don't make no sense? All I'm saying is, you preach communication and all that, but you get mad and then stop talking to me. Now I gotta beg you to tell me why you mad at me. I don't want to beg for that. I want you to tell me why you mad so I can beg for forgiveness. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
I said I wouldn't talk about my dating life on here, but I feel like I cannot be the only one who feels alone in this. Just went on a first date, and this is no offense to this man, obviously. Perfectly fine, normal, lovely date. It's getting to the point though that that's the problem. Like there's just nothing happening. And I just feel no sparks and no chemistry with people, and I feel bad. Because I feel like it's just me. I'm going out with really handsome, accomplished, interesting people, and I feel nothing. I feel like I'm just another girl. Like I'm one of a million, and there's just nothing special about me.
Honey, you're too picky. You're too picky. This is not a movie. This is not The Notebook. And now you are expecting this guy to be every possible thing that you need him to be. And in the process, you are Xing out guy after guy after guy after guy that are good quality men because it's just not enough for you.
A man doesn't want to fight a man on every decision. And I was like,
preach.
Me? Are you calling me a man? But then I had to realize what he was saying. Basically, it's me as an independent woman, understanding that I can definitely take the lead, but I don't have to. I can trust you to do it. And if need be, if I need to step in, then I will. And I think a lot of women who went through that trauma like I did,
me too.
always being hyper independent, need to grab onto that concept.
I agree.
We know you can do it, baby. We got that. But you don't have to, okay?
Somebody told me to quote this. They said, dominant versus submissive is peace.
Yeah.
Submissive versus submissive is peace. But dominant versus dominant is war.
Absolutely.
And so if you both trying to be dominant inside your household, then you're going to be in a constant state of war.
Yeah.
He's my wife. Your father or your father?
Hold on.
Yeah, your father.
Please, hold on. He's my sex trafficker. Please do not let me go with him. I do not want to go with him. Do you have the back of town coffee location? You know what would be preferable if my mom. Okay, please. If my sister came for me.
Okay, sir, we're calling the police, so we're gonna let them handle it.
Yeah, the police.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, the police.
When
yes.
the police is here.
So when they're here, that can be arranged.
She was trying to sex fry.
I understand that this is supposed to be your wife, but she's not safe.
Well, she did make a video thanking those girls, saying that's actually her husband and she wasn't telling the truth. All that happened because she was drunk.
The girl from the video, I am really sorry for the whole commotion that I caused, and thank you to those two girls that helped me call my dad and my mom, or whoever they called. I want to say that I was blacked out drunk and I didn't know what I was saying.
I don't think some people grasp how irreversible certain accusations are. Being labeled something like that, even if the person is drunk, I don't even care if they're drunk. That can cause reputational damage. If you know drinking consistently is pushing you into blackouts to the point where you're making reckless accusations like that, why are you drinking? I don't know if I could come back from something like that if I was the husband, because that is something that would weigh heavily on my mind. Let this be the last time you ever drink.
So now they're saying taking leftovers back home on a first date is a red flag?
That's a red flag for me. Taking
the leftovers
food on your first date. On your first date with someone, leave the food.
What?
Leave the food.
I have to agree.
All right.
Of course you
But
would.
who wanted
Lonely.
to take the food, you or her?
We both didn't want it to go to waste. So I was like,
Facts.
do you want it? And she was like, no. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll take it. So I took it. There were two separate packages, right?
Lauren, can you tell us why taking the food is
Yeah, I'd love to hear this.
an ick?
It has something to do for me, like financially. I think that leftovers, when you take leftovers, it's when you're like in a relationship. As a first date, you just eat whatever you want. And if there's leftovers, you can leave them there and then you can go your separate ways.
What are they talking about? So now everyone's trying to break down everything to like this science of red flags. But if you're telling me if we go on a first date and there's leftovers, one of us taking it back is a red flag due to financial, this feels like it's some chick like is giving broke. We're out eating. I'm not broke, but I don't want it to go to waste. I don't know about y'all, but for me, my mom used to always tell me like on a regular, like, yo, you should finish everything on your plate because somewhere there's some people with nothing to eat. You know, something like that along them lines. So, I either finish my food or I'm taking it home with me, especially from a restaurant. But what's wrong with taking some food back, heating it up later and just eating it? Like, I feel like everything is like broken down into these categories of yay or nay. Like, it's so stupid. And this is again another reason why dating is because you got chicks like this trying to give advice to single women, and the ones that listen are stupid. Because if you're on a date, you're on the same page. It's like, yo, and the dude said, I'm asking her first, hey, do you want to take it home? Like, he gives the courtesy to the woman, hey, if you want to take it home, cool. But if you're not, I don't want it to go to waste. Y'all can eat that later. The fact that these rules are even out there just show why dating is at its worst it's ever been.
Fellas, why does she want you to get her nails done and her hair done in order to take her out on a date? She's an MDP. Why do you have to pay her mortgage in order for you to come over her house and chill? She's an MDP. Yeah. You should not have to pay a woman for her time. I don't know what's going on. It's definitely the internet. They got these women acting like modern day, because that's what y'all are. I'm sorry. I'm not sugarcoating anything. MDP, modern day. Because why does a man have to pay you for your time? Why? You're a call girl, sis. And that's okay if that's what you want to be, but just make it known that you're a call girl. Don't try to act like you wifey material or you want somebody to wife you and take you serious when you're an MDP. You're a modern day. A man should not have to pay for your time. He should not have to get your nails done, get your hair done, pay your car note, pay your mortgage, take you shopping just to be with you. You're in a dating stage and you want all this money. Some of these women are really getting ahead of themselves, and it's really because of the internet. And I hate to say it, but yeah, that's just modern day.
How old are you?
26.
22. How long you been together?
2 years.
If she gave you a guilt-free pass to sleep with anybody, would you take it?
No, sir. You might get one pass, but at the end of the day, you want one wife. And this is the wife I want. So no.
Okay. Now what about you if he gave you one?
If he gave me a guilt-free pass, I would take it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Sorry.
That's crazy.
Who would you take it with?
Lindy Waters III?
Don't even know who that is. That's our problem. Yup.
Who else?
Barry Sanders. I'm in love with him.
Now what do you think those men have over your men?
They're professional athletes.
That's crazy. Hey.
Black or white?
One is Native American and one's black.
But do you think that any of those guys would go for you?
Junior would.
That's crazy. Hey, at the end of the day, it's whatever. Whatever. At the end of the day, I don't care.
You see a clip where, honestly, the woman, it just, they're stupid, man. It just, modern women don't really understand how ignorant they actually are. They think they're smart. Man is sitting up there talking to you about, well, I have a business. Oh, well, you should be able to explain it properly, this, and this. I can explain it properly. It's just that a lot of times modern women think they're so educated and they think they know so much that they start arguing with the man. They argue him down about what they know, and then they argue him down, or they don't know. They think they know, and they argue him down about his business. Well, you should be able to explain it like I want you to explain it. And the man is saying, listen, basically, in so many ways, trying to be nice to you, you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Period. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Well, you know what? I don't like an argument of men, so I'm going to go ahead and pop right here. That means to me, I don't want to be quiet. I'm the final authority. And I don't want no man arguing back and forth with me and giving me lip. Isn't that what y'all said a man can't handle from y'all? Oh, he can't handle me going back and forth with him. Interesting.
In seriousness, it's very heavy on the reverse daddy issues over here. Because what do you mean you wouldn't wake up at 3:30 in the morning and take me to the airport? My dad would. You wouldn't drive a truck 10 hours to help me move? My dad would.
Do you treat your man like you treat your father? Do you give him the same authority and respect? Because when your father tells you not to do something, you don't do it. When your father tells you that your way of thinking is wrong and he corrects you, you don't talk back and tell him he's a controlling freak and he's an asshole and he shouldn't think the way that he does and he's a piece of shit. No, you let him lead you. So are you allowing your man to lead you? Your father says, no, you're not allowed to go out. I don't want you to go out. You're not going to that party. You live in my house. You're under my rules. You're not going to that party. You're not going to that party. And if you do, you take accountability and you get punished. And whatever suit is needed at the time. And you accept that punishment. You don't hold resentment towards your dad because you know you did wrong. You disobeyed your father's order. So why aren't you acting like that with your husband, with your man? You know that when you get married, you get walked down the aisle, and that is your father giving you away to your husband. So now you are supposed to treat your husband with that same respect, that same authority. You are supposed to give him that same obedience and submissiveness, but you're not. At the end of the day, your father has an obligation to you, and when you get married, your husband takes that obligation. Or if you expect a boyfriend to do this and spend 8 hours helping you move, then you should be giving him wife treatment because you expect husband treatment out of him. But at the end of the day, you are giving him an obligation. So therefore now you are obligated to give something in return. If he takes the obligation of taking care of you and doing all of these things for you and treating you like your father and making sure all of your stuff is taken care of, then you have to respect him and his authority, and in his house, treat him like a king. And under his house, it's his rules, and you respect what he has to say and when he has to say it.
A woman is like, tell me the truth. And then you tell them a truth, and they don't like that truth. And they get really upset about that truth. And as a woman, because we're motivated to not upset people, they actually think that if you know how upset I am about what's true for you, you will change what's true for you. They really think that. But you guys are smarter than that, because it's been true for you for a long time. And there were no problems until you told her. Since you're just a hairy woman, you're going to be motivated to not upset me, and you're going to change yourself in order to not upset me, just like I'm trying to change myself to not upset you.
Right.
And really, honest men just stop telling the truth because it's not worth it.
Come on, talk to me. I would pour into a man if he was already pouring into me and he was truly worth it, because it's the only right thing to do.
You know what? The difference is between the man and the woman is the man is paying for the first date. You're already expecting him to pay the bulk of the bills. So he's already willing to fully pour into you with not expecting you to pour into him in the same way. The ways that he's looking for you to pour into him is when he says something, you shut up and listen. And it should be that way if the man is adequate in doing his job.
So you stated that pretty much because he's leading, it's pretty much shut up and listen. That's what you're saying right now.
Women need to be told to shut up, because y'all talk too much anyway. Yeah, you gotta tell your girl to shut up. Matter of fact, everybody at home, if you were a chick, just randomly say, shut up. Even if she's not talking, tell her to shut up.
Being a man is having to walk down the street to the grocery store, accidentally having to walk behind a girl who's also walking to the grocery store. So then you start slowing down your walk because you don't want her to be creeped out or be scared. So because you want her to just go to the grocery, do your thing. But you are also going to the grocery store. It turns out she's also going to the grocery store. So you walk into the grocery store. You happen to go up the same escalator, and the reason why you went to the grocery store is because you wanted the sushi from the grocery store, but she already walked to the sushi section in the grocery store. So now you walk around the entire store pretending like you're buying anything else, but like you're really not, because you just wanted sushi, but you don't want her to be like creeped out or anything like that. So now you're just walking around wasting time until she's out of the sushi section, so she doesn't have to be freaked out. That's what being a man is like in today's age. Anyway, y'all want anything from Ralph's?
Okay, so you cheated because you were bored. He didn't have time for romance. Really? So let's get this straight. He worked 6 days a week, 12 to 16 hours a day, in the house of the Lord every Sunday with you and the 4 kids that you all have together, attended football practices after work, and made sure a baby girl got to ballet. No bills behind, always treating you with love and respect. He's good to your parents and his, and when it comes to decisions for your household, he always consults you. He supports you in your goals and dreams, make sure you know how beautiful you are, and the list goes on, but I'll stop there. Because even after all that, you were bored enough to cheat. It's situations just like this one that has a lot of these good men not wanting a relationship. Be well.
What are you for Halloween? What's your costume?
Night, I guess?
Night?
Yeah, a night.
Usually knights cover more of their body.
Well, why not be a for Halloween? It's the opportunity.
Really?
What's wrong with that? Yeah.
What's wrong with being
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe wanting to find a husband and start a family one day.
I don't give a about that.
You don't?
No, the right husband won't give a if I was a knight for Halloween.
Well, you're not a knight.
I am a knight.
No.
Yeah.
You're just a girl wearing some black clothes that don't cover anything.
And what's wrong with that? There's girls out here that are dressed
Way worse.
than I am.
So you want to just attribute to the problem?
I know you. You're on TikTok, yeah. I see you rage baiting girls all.
Oh, it's not rage bait. It's what I truly believe. Because there's a lot of men that struggle with lust, and there's a lot of women that attribute to that problem. And you as a young woman are not representing your mother well or your father.
I'm sorry, I'm in college. I'm not gonna find my husband in college.
Oh, so it's okay to just be a slut because you're not going to find your husband in college?
That logic doesn't make any sense. Do you hear yourself thinking?
I do hear myself. I'm literally just going along with what you're saying and responding.
You think this is?
I think this costume is. Hey guys, would this costume be or no?
Yes. None of you are free thinkers.
For some reason, girls find it. I don't know why they think this, but they think that if you dress more, they think if they dress more provocatively, they're gonna get more male attention. But the reality is, 95% of guys, or at least 100% of the actual respectable guys, don't want anything to do with that. So if girls actually want to start getting a good guy, stop dressing like a bop.
I think it's disgusting that you guys do this.
That we call out women for terrible morals?
No. You have your whole boy group, clique, posse, whatever the you want to call it.
These are random guys. I've never met them in my life. They all agree that you're dressed like.
You're a piece of shit.
I am?
You know that. I hope you know one day a girl's gonna clock your.
A girl can't do anything to me.
Yeah, she can.
No, she can't.
I guarantee you that's a fake chain too.
It is fake.
I guarantee you it is.
But I'm not dressed like a.
You're a piece of shit.
He shouldn't be broke and sitting around all day.
I drive Uber.
He should be goal oriented.
I drive Uber 12 hours a day.
Down and figure something else that you could do. You could become a courier or something like that.
What if he likes driving Uber? He likes.
Right, but you can add. You could split that up though. You like driving for Uber, but there's other things that you can also do in between that time. Like if you don't have rides and like that. So there's other things that you could do.
I can sustain my level of life with the job that I'm doing. The regular.
Then if you're someone that's content with doing something so small, then you wouldn't be the right person for me.
So you're saying a 9-to-5 job is something small?
No, because I have a 9 to 5.
Don't worry about it. Something so small, like having consistent paying job, like me being able to pay the rent on the first. Something so small. I love how she just minimalizes a man being financially stable. I understand that I'm not lit and I don't have a 10,000 square foot house. But this 3-bedroom house on the south side, I can handle that shit. And I apologize if I'm not the man for you because my consistent paying job is so small. Thank you, man. I pray you find what you're looking for.
So small about you being content with that. You being content with just doing that. I work a 9 to 5 as well. I'm a quality engineer. I'm not content with that. I'm also a model. I'm also an actor. I'm also a recording artist. I do multiple things.
None of that. Why are we minimalizing that actually make us some money right now? The job is what pays the bill. So shouldn't we have a little more respect for the job? I mean, I'm sorry. My father worked for 25 years in the military and worked 20 years after that, and I never would call his accomplishment small. If we was broke, we didn't know it. Every Christmas I had under the tree. I wouldn't call that small. I would call that stable. I would call that, taking care and raising a family. I'm sorry that jobs are small now.
I'm looking for new people to come on my podcast, the Ugly Buddy Podcast. Imagine if millions of people heard your story, knew about your business, your music, your film, whatever you got going on. All you got to do is DM the word interview to this page right here. It's not free, but it's so affordable that you're not going to want to miss it. Let the world know what you got going on. Let the world hear about you. I need you on the Ugly Buddy Podcast. DM me now.
So if a guy makes $20 an hour and he's, I think, a reasonable first date spend would be $100. If he's making $20 an hour, that's 5 hours of work for the both of you.
Okay.
To be fair, he's eating his own food. So just your portion of that bill, let's say it's $50. A man who makes $20 an hour has to work 2.5 hours. Now, I'm not even factoring in tax. 2.5 hours to take you on a date. When I think about the bow that I desire, 3 seconds, done. That's all she has to do. It's effortless. Any woman can do it. When a girl says men should pay for first dates, the translation there is go dig a ditch for 2.5 hours. Instead of the bow, if I told a woman, you have to go physically labor for me for 2.5 hours to go on a date with me, y'all would be like, that's way worse than the bow. I'm not digging a ditch for you for 2.5 hours.
And I think there was a clip where a woman was talking about she was addressing the hyper independent women. She was talking to her husband, I guess, or before, and he said, you're not really letting me take the lead, right? And they said some other stuff basically, but you're doing all of this stuff. You're doing all this stuff. You want me to take the lead, but you're not allowing me to do that. Modern women That's part of managing your emotions. We talk about cooking and cleaning and nurturing and all that stuff. A wife has to be a manager as well. You're a manager in your own right. When a man is making a decision, you might feel a certain way about it. That's why, as a manager, well, this is my job in the household. He's telling me his vision. I got to know how that vision applies to what I'm doing over here. Okay. So that's where the questions come from. And then because I'm a part of this house as a whole, I need to know and ask questions. Okay, have you thought about this part? Because, we're sitting in the living room, but we need to know about the dining room. We need to know about the kitchen. We need to know, have we thought about the kids' room? Have we thought about our room? And I'm just using that as an example. There's multiple different facets. He might say, yeah, I thought about all of that, and here's my plan for this, 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 and this. However, I didn't think about the backyard. It just slipped my mind, or I didn't think that would be a factor. But now that if he's a good guy, he's a good man. Now that you brought that up to me, let's make a plan about that. Let me go back and rewind. And you're not questioning, you're not challenging. You're helping him to plan and plot a course of action. Does that make sense? A lot of modern women don't do that. A lot of modern women are saying, look at you, you ain't able to do this, this, this. And so because you ain't able to do this, this, and this, now I'm going to go ahead and take over. And they get upset, they get tired, they get angry, they get cranky, but it's because they decided to step in instead of working with the man to get to where they're trying to go.